Everybody knows that investing is the real secret to becoming wealthy, but the tricky part isn't knowing that investing is important, it's actually knowing how to invest your money, and that's why in this video I want to go over the 5 habits that really changed the way I started looking at money and investing. What's up everybody, I am Jasprit Singh from the minoritymindset.com, where money minds rethink rich. I didn't grow up learning about money or investing. In my mind, money was something that you go to work to earn, and then it's something that you spend. The whole concept seemed really simple. I mean, in my mind, if I wanted to spend more money, I needed to earn more money. And if I wanted to earn more money, all I had to do was study harder in school and get better grades so I can get a better job. Now, I grew up in a traditional Indian house, and like most brown kids, I was told that if I wanted to become successful or become anything in my parents' eyes, I needed to become a doctor. So when I talk about getting a better job, I mean becoming a more specialized doctor, like a surgeon or something, because now you'll be able to make more money. Fortunately for me, I wasn't smart enough to be a doctor. Now, I make money by talking about how I was supposed to be a doctor. But along the way, I started learning about money, and then my mind opened up to this brand new world of investing that I had never been exposed to before. Like, I had never heard of the word investing before this, and now I was learning that you can make money without having to physically go to work, and you can make a lot of money without even being a doctor. So for all you uncles and aunties watching this, yes, your kid can still become financially successful even if they get an A- in math. But before you or anyone can become financially successful, you gotta really start understanding investing, and you gotta understand how to invest your money the right way, which is why in this video, I wanna go over the 5 investing habits that really changed my life. But before I get into those, I need you to do me a quick favor and smash the thumbs up button below. The first thing you gotta do is you gotta stop wasting money when you don't have money to waste. When I was in high school, I worked a couple of different jobs. I worked at Auntie Anne's Pretzels in the mall, and I worked at weddings on weekends, and I was driving a Toyota Solara. And anytime I made money, I would use this money to improve my car, put some upgrades in my car. In my mind, money was something that needed to be spent, and what's a better place to spend your money than your car? And so I was on a mission to have the sweetest Toyota out there. First, I got my windows tinted, then I upgraded my sound system, then I put in 2 12-inch subwoofers in my trunk, and then when I had some more money, I put in some brand new rims. Then the first time I had a few $1,000s in my bank account, I had a great idea. I was gonna upgrade my doors to not open like regular doors. That way my doors on my Toyota could open like butterfly doors like a Lamborghini. And so I found this guy that could upgrade my Toyota's doors for like $3,000, and I got so excited. So I called up my cousin, I told him I was gonna put butterfly doors on my Toyota Solara, and he was like, "Jasprit, you're an idiot." After I had that talk with my cousin, I learned that apparently putting all this money in my car was a waste of money. Before you spend all your money on things that don't make you any money, like butterfly doors on a Toyota, you gotta use your money to buy things that make you money. The toughest thing about starting to invest your money is finding the money to invest, and you have so many people that will say, "Oh, I can't invest my money because I'm broke," but at the same time, they have the newest iPhone, they have this brand new MacBook, you're driving a brand new car, you have a Gucci wallet, you have a Gucci purse, and you're wearing all these fancy clothes, and yet you don't have the money to invest. Before you can really see any success in the investing world, you gotta stop spending money on things that aren't making you any money, and you gotta start spending your money on things that do make you money. Investments, assets. Everybody at one point or another, you too, not just me, I know you've done this too, have made this excuse that you don't have the money to invest, yet you're still spending your money on something that you don't need and that's not making you any money. You know what I'm talking about. Your BMW, your trip to Cancun, your Lululemon leggings, your iPhone, your extra guac. If you haven't started investing yet, the first thing you gotta do is stop spending money on things that don't make you any money. That way you have money to buy things that do make you money. The second habit that changed my life was understanding that I could live off of my passive income instead of just my active income. Active income is the money you make from your job or your business. So every single day you go to work and you get paid, this is your active income. If you stop working, you stop getting paid. Your passive income is when you make money and now you invest it into these things, these investments, and every month or every year these investments pay you. The nice thing about this passive money is it's passive. You don't got to go to work to earn it. You put your money into this thing and it's going to keep paying you again and again and again. The first real life-changing investment that I made was when I bought this condo out of foreclosure. It was a small condo, and I fixed it up and I rented it out. And after paying all of my expenses, this condo started paying me $250 a month in passive income. This was money that I did not have to work to earn because I had a property management company doing all the day-to-day work. And so this $250 was being deposited into my bank account every single month, and this was profit after paying all of my expenses. Now, to be fair, in the beginning of my real estate investing career, it was anything but passive because I had to jump over this huge learning curve because I didn't have any guidance or mentorship when I got started as a real estate investor, and I had to learn everything on my own, and I made a whole bunch of mistakes. But after I jumped over that hurdle, then it became very passive, and this couple $100 was being deposited into my account every single month, and I didn't have to do any work to earn this money. And now my mind started thinking, if I could just amplify this, now I can have my passive investments pay for my life, and now I'm financially free because I don't have to go to work to earn a paycheck because my investments are paying for my lifestyle. At this point, it's all a numbers game. If I can make $250 in profit every month from one unit, if I have 10 units, that's $2,500 a month coming into my pocket every single month. If I have 100 units, that's $25,000 a month coming into my pocket passively that I don't have to work to earn. Now I just got to figure out how much money do I need to get these 10 units or these 100 units, and how do I actually go about doing that? This is where the majority of people look at their money all wrong. The majority of people think, okay, I'm making $40,000 a year from my job or $400,000 a year from my job, whatever it is. Now they're wondering, how big of a lifestyle can I live based off of my income? What I want you to do is think, okay, I'm making $40,000 or $400,000 a year. How many investments can I buy every single year? And how can I live off of my passive income instead of my active income? Because once your passive income is enough to cover your lifestyle, now you're financially free. You can do whatever you want. Your active income is just icing. Now you can use all of your active income and just use this money to buy assets. It doesn't have to be real estate, but you're using all of your active income to buy assets. You're living off your passive income, and every single year your passive income just keeps growing because you're taking your active income and you're using it to pump up your passive income. This is how wealthy people look at their money. The reason wealthy people make so much money is not just because they have a big salary, it's what they do with their money. The richest people don't make their money from their jobs, they make their money from their investments. And so what you ought to do is you got to start thinking like a wealthy person and start building up these assets and start building up these investments. That way now you're creating this passive income. Yeah, you're not going to make $1 million a year from your passive income in day one, but maybe you can start with $50 a month or $100 a month, and then you can start slowly building that up to now a lifestyle where you can live off of your passive income. There's a lot of different ways that you can do this, and I made a video on YouTube where I went over 25 different passive income ideas. If you want to watch that video, I'll link it for you in the description below. The third investment habit that really changed my life was understanding the value of my time. Growing up in a traditional Indian house, I learned to be very frugal. And as somebody who is frugal, you start to think, why would I want to pay somebody else to do something when I can just do it myself and save that money? When I started off in real estate, I had to decide, was I going to manage my investment properties myself, or was I going to have a property management company do it for me? Property management company's job is to make sure that your investment is completely passive. So they're doing all the day-to-day work and they're making sure you're getting paid. If you don't want to pay them, then you can do the management work yourself. It's just not as passive because now you got to make sure the tenant pays you. Anytime the toilet breaks, you got to go out and fix it, or you got to send somebody to fix it. And so you got to be more involved if you're going to be the manager yourself. If a home rents for $1,000 a month, a property management company is going to take $50 to $100 every single month to manage this property. But if I just do it myself, that's more than $1,000 that I can keep in my pocket every single year. But what I'm not valuing is my time. Because yeah, if I manage it, I can keep another $1,000, but I lose out on all that time. This is where I had to really dig down and ask myself, do I want to be in the management business or do I want to be in the investment business? Because if I want to be in the management business, then now I am paying myself an hourly fee to go deal with the tenants. But if I want to be in the investment business, now my time should be spent finding more real estate investment deals. That way I can grow the pot instead of just trying to figure out how I can cut some pennies out of my expenses. Time is your most valuable commodity, and it's the only resource that you cannot create more of. You can always get more money, but you cannot get more time. Once I started thinking like that, I stopped wasting money on things that I could hire someone else to do. That way I could focus my time on things that are going to bring me more value and make me more money. I don't manage any of my real estate. I hire a property manager to do that. I'm a licensed real estate agent, and so I can find real estate deals myself and I can write out the contract myself to buy the deals, but I don't want to spend all the time writing these contracts. So I partner with another real estate agent who splits the commission with me, and I just go find the deals and I tell them the offer. That way they do all the busy work. And I have multiple virtual assistants. That way I have other people managing my days and my emails. That way I don't got to worry about doing that. If I'm spending my time doing something that I can delegate or pay someone else to do, then I am wasting my time. I want to spend my time doing the things that are going to be the most valuable to me and do the things that are going to give me the best return. These are things that only I can do and no one else can do. Everything else I want to delegate to someone else. The fourth investment habit that really changed my life was understanding the long game. I think a lot of people, myself included, who get started investing kind of follow a similar plan. So you hear about this whole idea of investing and you get really excited, and then you start investing your money, and then you start hearing about these cool things like trading and day trading and penny stock trading, where you can make a lot of money very quickly. And so now you go from this idea of investing your money for the long term to build wealth to now trying to make this money almost overnight by trading your stocks into these riskier things that will hopefully make you money very quickly. That's when I got into day trading, and I was spending all of my free time looking at the stock market, trying to buy things and sell things and buy things and sell things and buy things and sell things. And I was always kind of living with this anxiety because I was just constantly staring at the stock market. And that's when I started to realize that this wasn't working because, well, I wasn't making any money. The investors that make the most money are the investors that play the long game, because now you have time on your side to let your investment grow and compound and make you more money. The reason why this is so hard for so many people is because it's not as cool or as hot as trying to be a trend investor, where now you're investing in the hot stocks that are booming right now and you're investing in all the names that are always on the news. But that is temporary. I mean, these are just trends. What's popular today might not be popular tomorrow or a year from now or 10 years from now. But if you're investing in something for the long term because you believe in the underlying value of this company or this investment or this asset, now you just want your money to grow and compound over time. My favorite place to invest my money is real estate. So I'm always looking for more real estate deals, but I also have some money in the stock market. And the way I invest my money in the stock market is a couple of different ways. One, every single month I have an automatic deposit where some of my money automatically goes into the stock market, into a few funds that I want to hold forever. And then I have some money in the stock market that's kind of like my more fun money, where I'm investing in more speculative things and more growth things. And this is money where I can be a little bit more active with. But the most important thing is you got to have that money to go towards the long-term investments that's just automatically happening, because that's where long-term wealth is built. I'm also a money nerd. I like researching companies, and I think I'm pretty good at it. I like reading financial statements and cash flow statements, and I like to study how companies are doing, which is why I also have the kind of fun money, if you want to call it, in the stock market, where I'm investing in individual companies that I think are going to grow in the future. You have to know yourself as an investor, and you got to know what your goals are, and you got to understand that the big money is made over the long term. And the fifth investment hack that really changed my life was understanding the value of learning. I went through these like weird phases in college, because in the beginning of my college career, I thought that college was necessary to become successful, and the better you do in college, the more money you're gonna make. And by the time I was leaving college, I was like, this is so dumb. Why did I spend all this money in college? Because I'm never going to use my college degree. Now, college has its place. I learned a lot in college, but the things that I learned in college were things that I found outside of my classroom, because I started a lot of business and started investing in college. And so that was really valuable for me. And so there's a lot of value in college, but this is where I started to have this kind of real debate into the value of education. Your education is the backbone for your success. But the thing that a lot of us get confused is we assume that education means college. But there's so much more to education than this college. And you have to have a good education if you want to become successful. But this education can come in the form of real life stuff, not just in the classroom. I learned how to be a good real estate investor by screwing up as a real estate investor. I talked about my worst real estate deal ever on YouTube, and this was the deal that cost me the most money, and that was the deal where I learned the most as a real estate investor. If I got defeated and just started crying after that deal, then I wouldn't have gone anywhere. But I used that experience as lessons, and that taught me to be a much better investor. That way I can do bigger and better deals now. If you want to watch that video, I'll link it for you in the description below. I listen to books every single day. I don't like reading, so I listen to audiobooks. I learn from YouTube videos. I buy a bunch of online classes, and so I invest a lot of my time and money to learn. If you think you know everything, then chances are you know nothing. If you want to keep growing as a financially educated person or as an investor, you have to constantly keep learning. This might not be something you learn in the classroom, but these are things you can learn outside of the classroom by doing and by learning and by reading. So the 5 investment habits that really changed my life was: 1, stop wasting money when you don't got money to waste. Understand that you can live off your passive income instead of just your active income. 3, understand that you gotta value your time. 4th, you gotta play the long game. And number 5, you gotta always keep learning. If you enjoyed this video, here's a video on passive income that I think you'll love. And while you're at it, join our free finance and business newsletter. And as always, keep hustling. Then when people buy candy, they buy pop, they buy these things from your vending machine, then you will get a percentage of the profits. Your job is to make sure the vending machine is full and make sure that you're getting paid. The nice thing about the vending machine business is